You know that constant argument you have inside your own head? What if I told you it's not a battle you're supposed to win? Today we're diving into a really fascinating philosophy that says there's a totally different way to look at your own consciousness, a way to step outside all that noise and just watch. Let's get right into it.
I mean, we've all been there, right? That internal tug of war that goes on and on. One part of you wants this, the other part wants the complete opposite. Honestly, it's exhausting. So it turns out this whole internal fight comes from a really basic way we're taught to see the world. We get stuck in what the source material calls a binary mode. Basically, a game where there are only two opposing sides. And this right here, this is the mental battlefield. It's always good versus bad, yes versus no. We feel this incredible pressure to pick a team, to identify with one side and fight the other. But what if that's the trap itself? This quote just nails that feeling of being pulled in two directions. It really gets to the heart of that daily struggle of trying to decide which version of you is going to run the show today, the good you or the bad you. That is the dualistic game in a nutshell. Okay, so what if the reason this game is so darn frustrating is because we're not even seeing the whole board? The source we're looking at suggests that our perception of reality is actually incomplete, and it uses a really cool ancient myth to explain why. The story goes that the Eye of Horus, which is a symbol for perception and wholeness, gets shattered into pieces. It's this powerful metaphor for our own kind of fractured view of the world, where each little piece represents a different part of our perception.
But here's the kicker. When the god Thoth comes along and magically puts the eye back together, the pieces only add up to 63 out of 64. There's a tiny but crucial fraction that's just missing.
So what does that mean? It means the reality that we're all experiencing is a near-perfect replica, but it's not the whole thing. That little missing piece, withheld by what they called magic or law, is there on purpose. It ensures we can never see the full picture. We're literally playing a game where a piece has been hidden from us. So if you can't win the game because the board itself is rigged, what do? Well, the solution isn't to make a smarter move. The solution is to get off the board entirely. It's about becoming the observer.
Think about it like this. Instead of being player 1, the action, or player 2, the reaction, there's a third position you can take, the watcher. This is your observer self. It's the part of your consciousness that isn't fighting. It's just aware. It's watching the game play out without judging it.
See, the observer's role isn't to jump in and pick a side. Its job is pure awareness. It just watches the back and forth, that whole tug of war in your mind, and it learns from what happens. It kind of skims the wisdom right off the top of the conflict, without ever getting caught up in the drama. Okay, that's the theory, but how do you actually do this? How do you access this observer consciousness? Well, the source talks about a specific technique for experiencing other realities, a kind of gateway it calls the sun key. At its core, the sun key is this huge realization, our fixed identity, our name, our job, our personality. That's the very thing that locks us into this one incomplete reality. If you want to experience something totally new, you have to be willing to let go of you. The process itself seems pretty straightforward, but pay close attention to step 3. This is the absolute game changer. When you visualize some new reality, you can't try to put your current self into that picture. You have to go in as pure awareness. Just an observer, ready to feel whatever that experience is, without all the baggage of your current identity. The source material really says it best right here. You could go through the sun, and you could go wherever you want, if you don't take this fast way down identification. The gateway is wide open, but the price of admission, you gotta leave your ID at the door. So, let's bring all this back down to earth. How do we use this every day? The source gives us one last really powerful metaphor for all of this: mastering your inner chariot. I want you to think of yourself not as one single thing, but as the driver, the charioteer, guiding all these powerful forces inside you. The horses pulling your chariot, they're your elemental parts. And they aren't good or bad, they're just raw energy. You've got fire, which is your passion, water, your emotions, earth, which is your physical body and stability, and that fourth horse, wind, that's your intellect, your thoughts. Every single one is powerful, and you need all of them. And who's driving this whole thing? The charioteer. And that is you. Your true, unique self. It's the observer we've been talking about this whole time. Its job isn't to fight the horses. Its job is to hold the reins and give them clear, conscious direction. And this, right here, is the ultimate point. Real self-mastery is not about trying to crush your anger or ignore your thoughts.
It's about understanding that every one of your elemental parts has a job to do. Your role as the observer, as the charioteer, is to guide them skillfully so they all pull together in harmony in the same direction.
So that leaves us with one last pretty huge question. If the self you think you are, your name, your job, your story, is really just the uniform you're wearing for this particular reality, then who's the one driving? Who are you really?